Hello everyone, I am Dilpreet Kaur and this is the second video lecture of chapter Heat for class 7. In the previous video lecture, we have learnt about temperature and the instruments that are used to measure temperature, that is thermometer, where we studied two types of thermometer, that is clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. So in this video lecture, we will be continuing with modes of transfer of heat. We have learnt in previous classes that energy is the capacity to do work. Energy can take various forms. Heat is one of the forms of energy. Heat always transfers from a body at high temperature to a body at low temperature. This transfer of heat takes place in three ways. These are conduction, convection, and radiation. Now starting with this, first we will study about conduction. If you dip one end of metal spoon in a hot water and hold the other end in your hand, what happens after a few seconds? The end of spoon in your hand also heats up. This happens because of conduction. So how can we define conduction? The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object. This process is called conduction. Now to understand this, we will be studying one simple activity, that is activity 4.6. For this activity, we require an iron rod and a burning candle. At the base of iron rod, we will be fixing small pieces of wax. Then we will bring the burning candle near the outer end of the scale and heat it. We will observe that one by one, all the pieces of wax will fall. The heat travels through the scale and melts the wax, making them fall. So this happens due to conduction. That is, the heat travelled from the hotter end of the scale to the colder end of the scale. You know that conduction is a mode of heat transfer in solids. Solids which readily allow the transfer of heat through them are called conductors of heat, and the solids which do not allow heat to pass through them are called non-conductors of heat. Now let us study few examples related with this. Metals such as aluminium, copper are used to make cooking vessels because they conduct heat quickly. While the handles of cooking utensils are made up of plastic or wood because they are the insulators of the heat. Now let's talk about the second mode of transfer of heat, that is convection. Convection is a mode of transfer of heat in liquids and gases. It is based on the principle that hot particles of liquids and gases move faster and rises up, letting the cooler particles to move down towards the source of heat. This causes motion of molecules in a particular direction, which is called convection current. Now, the process of convection we will study with the help of a simple activity. So for this activity, you require a beaker filled with water. Set up a tripod stand over a burner and keep a wire gauze over it. Keep the beaker on the wire gauze. Gently drop 1 crystal of potassium permanganate in the beaker. And now light the burner. Observe the heating of the beaker. We will observe that the colored water rising up from near the crystal. And after a while, whole solution will become colored and start boiling. Now how do this happens? This happens due to convection. Now how do convection takes place? Firstly, when a liquid or a gas is heated, it expands. As a result, it becomes lighter and moves upward. The cooler, heavier fluid from the surroundings rushes to take its place and is heated in return. And this process continues and gives rise to convection currents, through which heat energy flows and the entire liquid or the gas gets heated. We can understand convection with the help of one more activity. You must have noticed that when you keep one head above the flame and one hand on the side of flame, the hand above the flame feels more hot as compared to the side hand. The reason is that on sides there is no convection and air does not feel as hot as the top. You know that the people living in coastal areas, they experience an interesting phenomena. During the daytime, the lands get heated up more quickly than the sea. Hence, the air over the land gets heated up and rises. So, the cooler air above the sea water moves towards the land. This is called sea breeze. While during the night, the land gets cooler faster than the water in the sea. The air above the sea water is warmer and rises up, and the cooler air above the land moves towards the sea. This is called as land breeze, and these breezes occurs due to the convection currents. Now let us study some practical applications of convection in our lives. Have you ever imagined that why the room heaters are always kept on the floor in a room? The room heaters are kept on the floor in a room so that the air near the heater heats up and rises, forcing the cooler air to move down, setting up a convection current. And this is how the heater helps to keep the room warm. Now as this is summer season, so in summers we need air conditioners to cool air. Why the air conditioner should be placed high up on the wall? This is because the air on top cools and moves down, giving the way to the warmer air so that the entire room cools. So the process behind it is again convection. Have you ever wondered how the sun makes you warm? It cannot reach us by conduction or convection, as there is no medium such as air in most of the space between the earth and the sun. So from the sun, the heat comes to us by another process, that is radiation. The transfer of heat from the sun does not require any medium. So radiations can travel through vacuum. Now let's discuss some practical applications of radiation in our life. You know that solar heaters and solar cookers, they absorb the infrared radiations of the sun to heat the substances. And you know that why the surface of room heaters are silver and shiny? So that they can reflect most of the heat to the air. So we have learnt that there are the three modes of transfer of heat, that is conduction, convection and the radiation. Now we will be moving on to our next topic, that is the clothes that we wear in accordance to the temperature. Before discussing the next topic, let's perform one simple activity. We have to take two identical cans. One can should be painted black and the one can should be with the white surface, having the equal amount of water in each of them. Then for an hour, we will be placing both the cans under the sun. After few hours, we will observe that the water in the container painted black becomes more warm as compared to the water in the container with the white surface. So our observation in the above activity is that the black surfaces are the better absorber of heat than a white or silvery surface. In fact, black and non-shiny surfaces are best absorbers and best emitters of heat. And the white and the silver shiny surfaces reflect most of the heat. They are the poor absorbers of the heat. So, this is the reason that light colored clothes are preferred during the summers, as they reflect most of the heat that falls on them and we feel comfortable. While in the winters, we prefer dark colored clothes as they absorb more heat and we feel comfortable. And also in winter season, we prefer to wear woolen clothes as wool is a poor conductor of heat and there is air trapped between the fibers. Hence, air prevents the flow of heat and helps to keep our body warm. So in this video lecture, we learnt about the modes of transfer of heat, that is conduction, convection and radiation, and also we learnt that why do we wear light colored clothes in summers and dark colored clothes in winter. I hope you have understood these concepts. Take care, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.